GSL Code S. In the bottom right starting location, we have our Protoss player. He is
KT roster stats.
And in the bottom left, we have our Zerg. He is
StarTale Life.
You know, the more I think about these players' IDs, the more and more I'm just like, how did you come up with that? Like, what was the idea there? I'm like, I was thinking about stats. I'm like, well, that's kind of a strange ID. You know, I mean, thinking about maybe statistics or what's the meaning of this? You know, maybe he like really liked stats class or something, and he was just like, I gotta pick something. I really like stats, and I'm thinking of life, and I'm like, well, that's also pretty unique.
I think it's actually a great ID.
It is like, and I'm like, well, how did he come up with that? Because it sounds so like classic. It sounds so like.
It sounds
poignant,
like a
like,
native English speaker would pick a an ID like that. Although I'm sure what is the word for life in Korean? Like just life
insang.
Insang.
I think would probably be the word that he would think of in this
case. I was wondering if it was a word he thought of just like that, and then put it on here. But no, I think life is one of the better pro gamer IDs. In StarCraft II, actually just in esports in general. Not crazy about stats as ID. I like Cass in his games, but
for some reason, stats the ID just reminds me of Brood War.
Is that because like there were so many articles that just involve stats?
Yeah.
From Brood War, because that would probably be why.
He says that he loves Ikkun, the Korean caster, and they're having a little conversation now. He also said life fighting at the top as well.
Look at that.
Oh my god, Metroid. What's a Metroid doing in here? Wait a minute.
Mother Brain.
Oh my god.
Samus is going to come in here and start shooting her Frieza beams at you, man.
Metroid X Legacy of the Void? Is that what we're going to have? We're going to have, like, Samus is going to be in the new game?
And Legacy of the Void confirmed.
Absolutely. I guess, like, Space Pirates are the new fourth race.
Mother Brain, I don't think Mother Brain's necessarily that bad. Mother Brain's just like trying to, you know, take care of her babies before Samus just shoots the Frieza beams at her.
Yeah, it's really messed up actually how that happens. I mean, the Space Pirates were really messed up. But I mean, when it comes to Mother Brain, I'm just like, I don't know.
I actually have not keep up with the Metroid lore because they got pretty into the lore like in the later consoles.
Oh, they really did.
Like, really.
Metroid Prime is actually a great series if you ever have time to go back
Metroid
and play
Prime,
it.
You mean just the game on GameCube?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it's like one of the best. I didn't beat it for some reason.
There's several
I think that was like
sequels as well.
something I was playing like how many sequels are there?
There's Metroid Prime, Metroid Prime 2, and then there's either 3 and Other M, or then maybe there's just Other M. I'm not sure, but oh, can he block this? He's gonna get in the main.
If that was partying, he would have killed all those links.
Absolutely. I'm not gonna question you about that anymore.
Yep.
All right, he's got a gateway. That's what he identifies here.
All right, there's a Nexus there. I wasn't sure if he was just expanding to another starting location on the map.
I thought he lifted his Nexus off.
Okay, so we have a decent number of links here. Doesn't mean he's going to do any all-in. He also did see that there were a handful of gates.
How many links does he have total? He's going up to like
he's making
8.
8. So? Protoss is going to try to do a timing up here, although it seems like it should be pretty obvious, but let's see. Now, Life actually hit some of these links really, really well and is actually setting them around. Do we have a wall in here? We have
with
one
only a sentry.
And actually, he can slip through that if the Protoss is paying attention.
Quick on the draw there, though, and a nice wall here with the Stalker. Going to help him buy some time for that recall. But the attack is over. He can't really make this work. He's going to have, if he wants to do an attack, it's going to be a secondary attack.
Yeah.
It takes him a little bit more time to build up, but it gives Life the chance to get units ready, get set up here.
So he's going to go for a Forge now. And this game's going to normalize. I got to say, I didn't think that attack from stats was really that promising. I mean, it was very clear with the gateways coming right there at the entrance.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't just make... Well, I mean, I guess you could do whatever you want. You wouldn't win with it, but you could just make gates and then just not use them and tech, but it doesn't seem like the proper way to go.
Yeah, that's why you know, this type of attack usually gets pretty broadcasted pretty obviously, and barely gets that last force up there at the end. Traps a few lings in there. Calm down, Sentry. The force will disappear soon.
And we have the next part of the push here from Stats. There is a Roach Warren coming. Now, there
Look
was
at
a
the
lot
supplies.
of. You got to keep in mind, Life did bait out a lot of force fields there. So the sentries, they milked out a lot of force fields that can't be used now in a real attack. We have +1 attack coming for Protoss as well. I have to say the tech very stifled here, though. I really am liking just the position Life's in overall. We see a lot of Lings now being made, too, along with some Roaches.
He's actually going to do a big attack.
Yeah, exactly. He's going to be coming up here with a counterattack, and I got to say, I really like what we're seeing here from Life. I think this is a great way to engage this here.
He's timed it out so well because he baited a lot of those force fields, so these sentries don't have as much energy as they used to. As Heaven was showing there, and he's doing it right at the exact same time that Stats is trying to move out to take this third base, and he knows that's what he's going to do because he's not attacking. Had he attacked, he would have actually hit the army in the middle of the map and crushed it also with this many units.
Yeah,
I think he's going to attack the natural with his roach and start picking at the wall. Well, he's actually walking the long way around.
I think he's actually. I think it's actually fine if he just engages this. I mean, he needs to do it all at once though. Okay, he's gotten in here now. Now keep in mind, if he just targets down some of these sentries, the force fields are working for now.
A lot of reinforcements coming across, but there's a wall here.
And again, if there's not a lot of bulk here for Protoss. I mean, if he just keeps attacking in, the force field's going to last for so long. We have more units coming in here. He's actually broken in here, perhaps a little bit distracted by what was going on in the upper right.
I'm not sure this is going to work anymore.
No, I don't know, man. I'm actually pretty confident. I think Zerg could start to really press through here. I mean, if he just spreads out a little bit.
If that Nexus finishes, he's going to get the Nexus cannon on it, and that's going to be a big problem. The reinforcements are so slow here.
The cannon is finishing over here as well. You might be right, Wolf.
Because he's walking so far to get over here. He may kill the Nexus, but still, he needs to do a lot more than that.
He's breaking through now. And
there's no more force fields.
It's just these Stalkers. He might be able to get this cannon over here, and the attack can continue. You got to keep in mind the Nexus cannon can't cover everything, and so yeah, he looks like he will get in over here. But it's been pretty close. In fact, Zerg's going to back off. There's still 18 Lings making.
He's just out of steam, though. He
makes the drones. It was a tricky one here, but
he's down 20 harvesters. He's making drones now, but Stats now has a third base. He has Twilight Council tech. He has just so many probes. He holds on,
and with a +2 timing here, he can actually really hurt his opponent here. With the blink coming in here,
yeah.
Although the forge was,
look at how.
Hold on. Excuse me, the blink is a bit late, but I feel
he
like
hasn't
the Protoss is. Oh no, I think he's just barely started. Okay. Problem is that Zerg not succeeding back there, that could be a problem. I think the Burrow play here from Life is probably one of the best plays he could do. If this army comes in here with a timing attack and let's say he just unburrows on it and kills everything, that could be another way to win this.
Yeah.
We'll have to see. Robo starting though, as we say that, so observers are an option here.
Good force field there, just to lock it out until you can get that zealot into position. Yeah, I just feel like I really I'm not sure, but I would have liked to see what would happen had he attacked the natural with his roaches instead, try to break the wall and stream his Lings in there instead of having to walk around every time. Obviously, the wall is pretty fortified here, but still, I'm really curious because that distance is so far to walk from the natural to the third base around that little L-shaped block right there. Regardless, let's see, he's going into Hydras now, and there's actually no observer with this. He goes Warp Prism first, so that Burrow could really come into play like you were saying, Tasteless.
Yeah, actually, it might be a bit of a misplay here, but from Life. But at the same time, look at just stats, as the sheer number of units he has in here. He's actually surpassed Zergan's supply.
And he's got a really good composition too.
Yeah, he's got a good number of stalkers. He's got enough force fields. We have a second robotics baby made here.
That trap!
Oh, that was so good.
If he just sits on top of them, they're not going anywhere.
Yeah, he can get the observer out here. He can clean the rest of this up. Most likely, Life's going to try to pop out before that. +3 attack coming in here now.
So this is actually really good for stats. He's going to have double Robo Colossi before the Infestation Pit's even done. And that means that he's basically got the direct counter to what Life is doing. Should Life decide to go Vipers here instead with Infestation Pit, it's going to take him a lot longer. And that's another problem that he's got on his hands. It's just going to take so long to take up to those Vipers. He's going to have to start a Hive. And he's already starting to lose Harvesters here.
We got to drop over here. I got to say, really wondering why the Protoss was going to do this, why he didn't attack with his army too, because the Hydras just come down here and kill this.
Yeah. He is going to go Vipers, man. There's the Hive.
I'm starting to get worried here for stats. I feel like things were going really well.
I'm not worried for him.
He's still ahead in supply, but you know, Life's not the guy you want to leave alone.
This is true. He's got to make sure he doesn't get too passive. He has the right units. He just needs a little bit more time to get that range out.
I guess what I'm trying to say is I'm just surprised he didn't even like push out with his army while he was doing the Warp Prism harass. I mean, now he's coming out here, but now the Warp Prism is actually headed back home. So, just kind of weird, incomplete play here. Again, though, he is ahead in supply. You can't say that for most Protosses in this phase of the game in a PvZ. But I think a lot of this just goes back to that initial attack we saw there.
Well, he's soon to have.
It didn't work out.
Right. No, he's soon to have 4 Colossi with range and +3. I think that's why he wants to. He waited the attack. I think you're totally right. He absolutely could have been multitasking, or could have been actually attacking 2 places at once. If he runs into the Hydras with his main army, he doesn't want to fight, and he just walks away. And you know, then the Warp Prism might do some more damage. But as it is right now, I think he just wanted to hit this attack where like. He goes full swing on this. You know, he's ready to hammer the nail into the pole with 1 swing. And he's got 4 Colossi with +3 in range. Temple Archive at home. You know, maybe he can warp in some Archons with this, actually, with his Warp Prism. This is going to be a very difficult push to hold. He doesn't have Vipers yet. He's got 19 Hydras and 21 Roaches against 31 Stalkers and 4 Colossi with range. Plus, don't get me started on the Force Fields.
Yeah, the Guardian Shield comes up now. And this is actually going to be, it shouldn't be too hard, actually, with the force fields.
Yeah, this is going to be
I mean, look at the placement of the Colossi, each one any different little patches of the Zerg army.
Vipers coming out way too late.
Draining the hatch here. They might be helping getting rid of this expansion in time. They yoink over the Colossi, doesn't matter. GG. Life goes down.
Nicely done here by Stats, man.
Yeah.
Really well-fought series. That was really back and forth. That hold at the third base was pretty amazing.
It really was. It looked for a little bit to me like... he was going to run over Stats there, but Stats really kept it together. The Nexus cannon got done, as you were saying. Look, he's going to get Nexus. When the Nexus finishes, you can Nexus cannon that and drive out most of the Zerg. And
yeah, it was still really close, even with the Nexus cannon. There were moments there where it looked like he might break through.
It was
like the cannon was
game.
Barely in range of hitting those Roaches.
Actually, frankly, a really close series overall. One of the best ones we've had all week here easily. We're going to go to a short little break. When we come back, we're going to go on to our winners match and see who will be the first to get out of this group here in the GSL Code A. Stay tuned.